Welcome to Mulch, the podcast for flower farmers who love growing beautiful things and want to build a business that lasts. I'm your host, Rebecca Anning Brown from Silver Grey Foliage in Yorkshire, and every week we'll get real about what it takes to grow flowers for a living, from the planning and the planting to the mindset and the money. Whether you're just starting out or a few seasons in, you'll find honest conversations and practical ideas to help you to root your business in firm soil. Thank you for listening. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave a review. It really will help more flower farmers to get on and grow. Let's dig in. Hello and welcome back to Mulch. Today's episode is called 5 Easy Bits of Preparation to Market Your Flower Farm at the Start of 2026. But before we get into any of that, how are you? There is so much reading going on out there. I hope that you're staying hydrated, plenty of cups of tea and water, looking after your knees, so moving around and not hyperextending your knees when you're standing, and treating your hands every night to some sort of hand cream. Please look after yourselves. I'm not wreathing this year. In fact, I'm only making 3 wreaths, and they are all presents for Farmer Paul, or gifts for Farmer Paul in exchange for a different favour, a form of payment, you might say. I mean, that sounds really dodgy, but it's really not. It's just an exchange of skills. He's doing something for me, and I'm doing something for him. But those are the only wreaths that I'm making, and I feel a little bit like I'm missing out. But I know I'm not. We've been cutting foliage and foliage and foliage, and there's more foliage to cut. So we're just joining the party in a different way. The other thing that I'm doing at the moment is an Advent challenge set by my mum on Instagram. At the moment, I mean, it's a ridiculous thing to do, taking a challenge from my mum about my business. But I'm doing it because Advent's important to her, and actually it's quite fun. And maybe not entirely what she expects me to write, which is also quite entertaining. So yesterday I expressed some gratefulness for technology. And it's a huge example of how much being a flower farmer has changed me. Because I'm a real pen and paper person. I really believe in written records, so long as they're legible. Because for me, and the evidence shows that there's a real process that happens that's tangible and leads to change when you write things down rather than typing them at the computer. So I never ever thought that I would find myself in a position where I couldn't run my business and wouldn't run my business without apps and phones and microphones and cameras and a laptop and that sort of thing. Owning a flower farm has really changed me, I think for the better. I think it's really opened my mind and my awareness to so much that's going on in the world, and helps me to make better choices in general, not just in our business. But anyway, I thought I'd direct you to that because I had some messages behind the scenes about how much people are enjoying it, and also how much it's making people think about those elements for them. Okay, before we dig into the main episode, this is just a wee update on Grow Club. So yesterday, Gemma uploaded a large part of the Grow Club library onto our learning platform. So there's a host of what she would call juicy teaching videos in there now on topics like propagating, pricing, terms and conditions, business planning, sustainability, self-care, marketing. It's a treasure trove of learning for you to dip in and out of as you wish during the year. And it's an easily searchable resource when you have questions that will add to and bolster our conversations within the Slack community. I'll be adding to it as the year goes on, as particular topics come up, but that's already there to help with your preparation for the year ahead, and to also give an insight into what we do, how we do it, why we do it a particular way, and why it works for us. And it leads to that question of how can I adapt that to my own flower farming practice, which again is something that I think we're going to be talking about a lot in the Slack group, and I'm looking forward to that. Our first letters for Grow Club have now gone out, but it's actually not too late to join us. There are currently 8 fabulous growers in Grow Club, and we're really, really looking forward to working with them and alongside them, and there's space for you too. You can join Grow Club right up until the 31st of December, but there are still a couple of reasons to join sooner rather than later. The first is that the next 3 members to join Grow Club will receive a free one-to-one mentoring session with me. That can be claimed at any point in the next 6 months. These sessions are usually worth £100, and they allow you to really dive into 1 or 2 topics that you're struggling with, and for us to help you to make a plan that helps you to move forward. The second reason is that on Tuesday next week, so that's the 9th of December, we're having our first meeting for Grow Club. It's a bonus session because the year really doesn't start until January, but I'm so passionate about taking the time now before the year is over to reflect and allow ourselves to let go of some parts of the season that we're doing this now or next week. So when we meet, I'll guide you through reflecting on the good, the bad and the ugly of your 2025 season. We'll weed out those things that we really want to be leaving behind, or you really want to be leaving behind for your business. I will be doing this too. And we'll start to sow the seeds of what's to come in 2026. I really love this exercise, and I know that it stands me and you in good stead to approach a new season in 2026 with excitement. So those are the reasons to crack on and get joined before the 9th of December, but doors do remain open until the 31st of December. Okay, so today's episode is all about the things that you can do to prepare your marketing for your flower farm at the beginning of 2026, when it's quiet and everybody's post-Christmas and still recovering from the 2025 season. And really all we want to think about as flower farmers is seeds and seed sowing and what we're going to get in the ground. But knowing that there's a plan and that we're encouraging people to look at what we do and plan towards buying from us is also really important. And that's the purpose of your marketing. So the first thing is photographs. We do a really visually enticing job. Not everything about what we do is glamorous. Like at the moment, it's raining, the soil is claggy and wet and mushy and slippy. There's nothing glamorous about that. And I'm not sure that that's going to encourage anyone to buy from me, but it does show them the process and give them an insight into why our work has a value and what's gone into the flower. It's not just a seed. That said, I really like this task of looking through photographs because it's an acceptable reason to spend 20 minutes, 25 minutes looking at pictures and reminiscing over how far we've come. The key thing here is to be strategic. So to go back a year to January, February, and to look at your photographs that you have on your phone or on your computer and pick out the pictures that you want to reuse, because really those pictures are relevant again, and this kind of theme of reusing is important, and it helps you to think about what you might say about what you're doing, or it might help you to think about the flowers that are coming up that you can get excited about and get your customers to get excited about, and to plonk those pictures into a folder. And to do it in a logical fashion, so start in January, then do February, and then March, and you're done. So that you've got some pictures ready to use in your social media or in your newsletters that are relevant to the time of year. And that might be for you that you're thinking about those preparation stages of weddings or preparation stages for wholesale, and the work that's going into it then excites people for what's to come really quite soon in March onwards. I'm a firm believer in not duplicating a work. So if you've got good pictures already, reuse them And that will hopefully help you to remove that barrier to getting information up and out on your newsletters, your social media, on your website. Say, actually, no, I've got pictures of this. I don't need to go out today and find a picture of something. I'm going to use that one, and you're done. So, number 2. We all know that people buy from people. People buy from people that they believe in and that they trust in and that they listen to. And so your customers on your flower farm trust you and they believe in you. But it's really helpful to remind themselves and yourself as you begin a new year of the values, the things that you use to define you and your flower farm and your business. And those things are usually found in your business plan. So pull out that page on your business values and then use these things to work out what you share automatically. So if you go through your posts of the past week, 2 weeks, you will actually notice that unintentionally you are talking about the things that are important to you, the things that make flower farming a worthwhile business for you, the things that make you tick and excited and make your sustainability or your flower farm or the quality important to you. And those are the things that you really want to be communicating in that quiet time so that people understand and listen to who you are and why it's important to invest in your business. So, number 1, photographs. Number 2 is all about your business values and your you. Number 3, have a really careful think about who you want to be reaching with your marketing in that beginning of the year period of time. So most flower farmers work with 2 or more different groups of customers. Personally, I'm always aiming to narrow down the number of customer groups that I work with as much as possible. But the reality is that flowers share such joy that we do some work with probably 4 or 5 groups of people, but our main focus is on 1 or 2. But I can't be speaking to everybody every time I put a post out. So really have a think about who you want to be communicating with in January. Which of your customers do you want to be thinking, yep, that's me, this is for me? And have a think about how that links to your business values and also the photos that you share. So to give an example, your wholesale customers will want to be seeing that you are getting ready to grow enough for them. So they won't want to be seeing you share pictures of 3 or 4 scabious. A wholesale customer, a florist, will want to be seeing you planting or preparing a tray full so that they know that you've got enough flowers for them. So in that example, the pictures would be of a tray full of scabious seedlings or similar. And the value is about making sure that you have enough to impact your local or wider availability of British sustainable flowers to support the floral industry. And the third part of that is that the customer group that you're after is your florists, and that's who you're speaking to. Okay, number 4. This is a tip that I am definitely borrowing from the marketing gurus, and it really speaks actually to the photography element here as much as it does the text that you write in things. Okay, and this is not cheating. Reuse your post content, reuse your captions that did well for you in the past. I don't mean likes, I mean the ones that encourage people to go to your website, the ones that encourage people to sign up to your newsletter, the ones that encourage people to buy from you. Go back and find those posts. Doesn't take long, you can see by the numbers, and copy and paste and repeat the text. There's no need to repeat everything that you do. And there's no need to repeat everything that you do. And memories these days are so short that repeating the content of a post with a new picture is literally only copying yourself. clear side note here that copying other people's content from a year ago or a week ago or a day ago is not cool. But recycling your own work is, it's just sensible. It's a sensible thing to do. It means that you use less time doing a job that you need to do when you've done it well already in the past. Number 5, I am encouraging, imploring, asking you to worry less. And this one is for me as much as it is for everyone else. You can only do what you can do. You can only do your best with what you have available to you at the time when you're doing something. And that will be good enough. I follow a branding type person called Fliss Lee, and she popped up with a post this week that was all about it being okay to change your mind, okay to go slow, okay to pick the work that brings you joy, okay to deviate from the plan, okay to take the easy route, okay to believe in yourself, okay to keep things and enjoy your own business. So many of us get tied up in the rights and wrongs and having to do things perfectly the first time. And it stops us from actually getting stuff done, which is rubbish. The reality is that very few flower farmers out there have got a background in marketing. There are some, but most of us come from other backgrounds, other jobs, other walks of life. Marketing is not the first thing that we're experiencing. We get so tied up in getting it right or trying to do it perfectly that we end up producing content that doesn't feel like it's ours. It feels like the version that we think other people want us to be producing. And what I'm finding more and more is that content really doesn't land very well. It doesn't work very well on Instagram. It doesn't work very well for our customers. People just want you to be you. So worry less and do more. We're nearing the end of the first week in December. I literally can't believe that this is the case. It's been a challenging year behind the scenes at Silver Grey Foliage, and I am so grateful to be finishing the year with an awesome foliage season. Mulch back out in the real world, Grow Club off the ground, and all of the family in one piece, just about. Thank you to each and every one of you for listening. If you found the episode helpful, interesting, curious, please do leave a review or share it on your Instagram stories so that other flower farmers can find the podcast. It really does help more growers to find us and to make sure that flower farmers get on and grow. I'll be back next week with another episode of Mulch about something relevant to the practice of flower farming. Rebecca. Thank you for listening to Mulch today. Don't forget to subscribe and to share the podcast with your flower farming friends. I'll be back next week, helping you to firm your flower farming roots with real and practical flower farming insights and advice. Rebecca.